Distractions. They're all around us, in a world where the pings of notifications echo like a constant rhythm. But how does one maintain tranquility in this digital symphony? Glad you've joined us today, seekers of balance. Our journey begins now. In our daily lives, we are surrounded by countless stimuli vying for our attention, competing for our mental space. From the relentless stream of emails and messages to the constant updates on social media platforms, we are perpetually inundated. And yet, here we are, eager to navigate through the noise, seeking ways to thrive amid this deluge of information and distractions. It's not about rejecting technology or going off the grid, but about learning to use them consciously, without letting them use us. We are here to take control of our attention, our most valuable resource. To discover the tools and techniques that help us stay focused, remain present, and maintain our mental equilibrium in the face of constant distraction. Distractions, they can be a cacophonous rattle, intruding our consciousness, or a tantalizing melody luring us away from the task at hand. Today's society is saturated with digital diversions that capture our attention and whisk us away from the present moment. Think about the last time you were deep in work, or reading a book, or even having a conversation. A notification pops up, an email arrives, a thought about something you forgot to do. Before you know it, you're pulled away, lured into the dance of distractions. In this digital age, distractions aren't just occasional. They're frequent, pervasive, intrusive. They take us away from what truly matters, consuming our time and energy, fragmenting our attention, and leaving us feeling overwhelmed and underproductive. But this dance, my friends, is not one we have to follow blindly. It's a dance we can control, a dance we can lead. By understanding the nature of distractions and our interaction with them, we can choreograph our own steps, our own rhythm. The first step to thriving amid distractions is understanding them. Distractions aren't inherently good or bad, they simply are. They're impulses, stimuli that draw our attention away from what we're currently engaged in. These impulses can be external, like the ping of a notification, or internal, like a wandering thought or a sudden urge. Both are natural. It's our response to these impulses that often disrupts our focus and productivity. We, as humans, are wired for distraction. It's a survival mechanism that goes back to our ancestors, who needed to be alert to changing environments and potential threats. In today's world, though, this instinct often does more harm than good. By understanding the nature of distractions, we can develop strategies to manage them effectively. It's not about eliminating distractions, because let's face it, they're here to stay, but about learning to interact with them in a healthier, more productive manner. Now, you might be thinking, why embrace distractions? Aren't we supposed to eliminate them? Well, my friends, distractions are a part of life, and battling against them is like fighting the waves in an ocean. Instead, let's learn to surf. Accepting that distractions are inevitable allows us to shift our focus from attempting to create an unrealistic, distraction-free world, to finding ways to coexist with these diversions without allowing them to hijack our attention. Distractions can also serve a purpose. They can provide a much-needed break, spark creativity, or even point us to something that needs our attention. By embracing distractions, we can transform them from obstacles into opportunities. The key lies in our ability to discern. To decide when it's okay to entertain a distraction and when it's essential to stay focused. It's about cultivating a sense of mindfulness that empowers us to choose where we direct our attention. To truly take control, it's essential to know what distracts us. Distraction triggers are unique to each person. They could range from an overcrowded workspace, loud noises, social media notifications, or even our own wandering thoughts and emotions. Identifying these triggers allows us to create a strategy tailored to our unique distractions. You may start noticing patterns in your triggers, certain times of the day, specific environments, or particular states of mind that are more prone to distractions. Once we have an idea of our triggers, we can put measures in place to manage them. For instance, we could mute notifications during our most productive hours, declutter our workspace, Or incorporate mindfulness practices to manage our internal distractions. This isn't about being hard on ourselves or feeling guilty. It's about gaining a better understanding of our distraction landscape and figuring out how best we can navigate it. With a good grasp of our distraction triggers, we can now design our distraction management strategies. Remember, the goal isn't to eradicate distractions, but to manage them effectively. This might involve creating distraction-free zones, specific periods or spaces where we consciously decide to focus on one task or activity. It could also involve leveraging technology to manage digital distractions. Think website blockers, do not disturb modes, or even productivity apps. Another effective strategy is practicing mindfulness. Being present and fully engaged in the moment can help us recognize a distraction for what it is, an impulse, not a command. Over time, mindfulness can help us build the mental muscle to choose how we respond to distractions. Lastly, let's not forget the power of breaks. Intentional breaks can help refresh our minds, reset our focus, and even prevent the buildup of distractions. So, remember to give yourself a moment of rest. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. In this buzzing world of relentless activity, multitasking might seem like the secret weapon to staying ahead. But let's reconsider that. Studies suggest that our brains aren't designed to handle multiple attention-demanding tasks at once. Instead of juggling multiple tasks at once, consider embracing the power of single tasking. When we single task, we direct our energy and attention to one thing at a time. This approach allows us to engage more deeply, improve our performance, and reduce stress. You might be thinking, that sounds great, but how can I single task in such a fast-paced world? Start small. Dedicate specific blocks of time to single tasking. Whether it's 30 minutes or an hour, use this time to immerse yourself in one task, free from distractions. Adopting healthy lifestyle habits can also play a significant role in boosting our attention span. Regular physical exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep can contribute to better cognitive function, including improved focus and attention. Remember, it's not about getting more done, but about being fully present in what you're doing. It's about trading the frenzy of multitasking for the focus and satisfaction of single tasking. Our attention span is like a muscle, it strengthens with practice. And in this age of distractions, it's a muscle that definitely needs a workout. Various exercises can help improve our attention span. These might include mindfulness meditation, reading, or engaging in activities that require sustained concentration. You could also challenge yourself with focus exercises, such as trying to concentrate on a single object or sound for a specific period. Remember, nurturing our attention span isn't about achieving a state of constant, unbroken concentration. It's about enhancing our ability to focus when we choose to, allowing us to engage more fully with our tasks, our relationships, and our lives. Transforming how we deal with distractions isn't an overnight process. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort. And that's perfectly okay. When you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, remind yourself that it's all part of the journey. It's not about reaching a destination, but about growing and learning along the way. It's about developing new skills and ways of being that can enhance our quality of life. Also, be gentle with yourself in the process. You will have days when distractions win, and that's all right. What matters is that you keep trying, keep learning, and keep moving forward. With patience and persistence, you will notice shifts, however small they may seem at first. Each step you take is a step closer to thriving in this age of distractions. As we near the end of our exploration, let's talk about the concept of a digital detox. In the world saturated with notifications, tweets, and endless feeds, sometimes the best strategy is to take a step back. A digital detox doesn't have to mean completely disconnecting from all technology. It's about setting boundaries that work for you. Maybe it means turning off notifications for certain hours of the day, or perhaps dedicating one day a week to be screen-free. If a full day sounds too daunting, you could start with a few hours. Use this time for activities that replenish you, perhaps reading a book, going for a walk, or simply being in the moment. Little by little, you might find that these periods of disconnection bring a refreshing sense of clarity and calm. Remember, it's not about shunning technology altogether, but about creating a healthier relationship with it. It's about reclaiming your time and attention from the constant pull of digital distractions. Thriving in the age of distractions isn't a one-size-fits-all process. It's a deeply personal journey that unfolds differently for each of us. What works wonderfully for one person might not work for another, and that's okay. The key is to keep exploring, keep experimenting. Pay attention to what feels right for you, what makes you feel more focused, more present, more alive. Don't rush the process. It's not a race, but a journey of self-discovery. With each step you take, you'll be building not only a greater capacity for focus, but also a deeper relationship with yourself. So, dear listeners, as we wrap up this talk, my parting advice for you is this: embrace the journey. Embrace the stumbles, the insights, the victories. Because, at the end of the day, thriving in the age of distractions is less about battling the outside noise and more about tuning into your own inner voice. So, here we are at the end of our journey. We've explored strategies and mindsets to help you thrive in this age of distractions. We've delved into mindfulness, the power of single tasking, nurturing our attention span, cultivating patience, the benefits of a digital detox, and most importantly, embracing the journey itself. In this noisy world, the greatest gift we can give ourselves is the space to listen to our own voices. And hopefully, this discussion has sparked some ideas on how you can create that space in your life. Thank you for taking the time to join me on this exploration. I hope it's been as enlightening for you as it has been for me. Keep exploring, keep learning, and remember to embrace the journey. Until our paths cross again, take care, and keep thriving.